Okay, so I guess we should get going.
I think so.
Yeah, great. So good morning or good afternoon, everybody, depending on where you live. My name is Stephen Cohen, Product Manager here at Guava. We're going to be discussing Reveal, which has been a product that we've been offering for a number of years now. However, there has been an eagerly awaited update to that software, Reveal version 2.0, that people might have been waiting for quite some time, and it's finally been released. I believe that was last month. And the big new feature with Reveal 2.0 is a vastly improved rights management system. So let me just first explain what Reveal is and how it works real quick for those people who might not be fully aware of Reveal. Reveal is a small little program. It installs on a Windows desktop or workstation. It's a Windows 32 application. Very small but very powerful at the same time. What it allows you to do is hook into a GroupWise system and read through, and browse through, and search for any piece of mail in an entire GroupWise system across any amount of users. And it accomplishes this by way of using the trusted application key to log into anyone's account without requiring their password. So it's an e-discovery tool. It's an auditing tool. Very powerful piece of software here. So typically our customers don't want to deploy this software and hand it off to just anybody, because that person would be able to go through anyone's email box. You'd want to be able to lock that system down in some way so that an auditor or legal person can use Reveal, and you wouldn't have to worry about that person searching through email accounts that they shouldn't be allowed to access. Traditionally, the way you would do this in Reveal is to manipulate a Reveal user rights INI file that was, to put it mildly, vomit-inducing. I never, even myself, was able to figure out exactly how to do it properly. So it was probably the number one feature request was to, hey, you know, this is the year 2010, let's get everything into a nice little graphical GUI, especially since this is a Windows 32 application. So that's what we were able to do. So what you want to make sure now when you install Reveal, it's a very simple installation, it's just a Windows install, but the one requirement you need from a GroupWise standpoint is you're required to create the trusted application key. So to do that, you need to hook into the domain database with full access to that database. You need to be able to write to that domain database. After you've done that and the trusted application key is created, you can log into Reveal, and let me show you how to do that. So I pulled up a VPN connection to a Windows workstation that I have Reveal installed in. So here's Reveal right here. So I'm going to, Reveal's already running, so I'm already using it. So just let me close it and re-log into that. And also, so we see here that I have a connection to the domain database, which was mounted to the M drive here. So there's my domain database, and it's in here somewhere here. And there she is. And you see Reveal installs its own little INI files, and there's some auditing files that are also installed to this directory here. So when I log in, when I launch Reveal, I have an option here to connect to a GroupWise system, so I choose that. And the last requirement that Reveal needs is the GroupWise client needs to be installed on the system, because the software uses the client APIs to hook in and read through mailboxes. I don't have to have the client running, but I do need to have it installed here, and I just need to put in a valid GroupWise ID and password. So I'll do that here. And then, of course, I need to have my domain directory here available. So right now, I'm logged into Novell with administration credentials. I have full rights here: read, write, modify, file, scan to the domain directory. As an administrator of Reveal, you need that. There's also a secondary password just for some added security that I need to put in. So just give that a second to load. For very large systems, Reveal sometimes takes a while to connect to Reveal, and that's using caching mode. So I'm just doing a live connection here. So we see here, I'll pull open my domain and post office. I only have one domain and one post office. And you see all my users over here. Now, what I can do here from an administration point of view is click on Administrator here. And now there's a new option here that says Reveal Rights. I'll click that, and that brings up the new rights management interface over here. So we have global rights and personal rights. So global rights will be inherited by every user that logs into Reveal. Now by user, I mean GroupWise user. That's how Reveal works with its users. It uses GroupWise users. So I've logged in with my user, which is Stephen over here. Now for the global rights, we see that I have made everyone invisible in this post office here. So that's probably what you'd want to do. Just anybody logging into Reveal wouldn't be able to see anything. You need to explicitly grant that person rights. So what I can do here is I'll go into personal rights, and these override the global rights. I'll choose this account here, the account that I'm using, and all I need to do is select which user account I want this person to be able to view. So for example, if I want to hide certain accounts here, for example, this Davin account, and this Guava account, for example. So if this person has no business looking at data under these accounts, simply have to turn those to off there, and that's all I really have to do. So before, you would have to manipulate this ini file that looks somewhat like this, and then you would get confused with what equals 1 and equals 0 and what overrides what exactly. So this GUI here now makes it a whole lot easier to do that. Okay, so and that's all you need to do. You don't need to save it or anything. You just need to manipulate that, and then you just close it there. So the only person that's allowed to actually manipulate those rights is the person who's logged into Novell, the domain directory, with the right W and R, the right. Be able to write to the domain database. So for regular, if another GroupWise user logs into Reveal, all they need to have is read and file scan rights. If they don't have the rights, then they won't be able to change the user rights there. So they wouldn't obviously be able to give themselves extra rights. They wouldn't be able to access that. Okay, so to see what that accomplishes, I'll just unload this, and I'll load it up again. I'll use my same password here. Same password here. And now those two accounts that I hid, the Davin account and that Guava account, are no longer visible over here. So that was very easy for me to accomplish this. But I can still search across and view data in any account. So I can open up my account, for example. We see all my GroupWise folders here, mailbox and items. It's all here. Everything that you would see from the client, you can see from inside of Reveal. And again, this is all my live mail that's in the system over here. So I do have a lot of email in this mailbox, so I can open up any email. And if I open up an email, if I forward an email, all that happens without the end users having any idea that I'm doing that. So it's a special mode of GroupWise. It's called sneak mode, I believe, or peek mode, one of the two there. So those actions that I'm doing, the forwarding and that opening actions, those aren't actually recorded inside of GroupWise. So if I open up a bunch of email inside of Reveal, and then that person logs into their mailbox, they won't see that those emails have been opened, for example, if they were previously unread. And of course, we have a full-blown search interface here that allows you to search across any amount of users or an entire GroupWise system or an entire post office by subject, message text, any field, sender address, recipient address, attachment size, that kind of stuff. So are there any questions so far on any of this stuff? It's pretty simple, yet I'd like to say that Reveal is a very, very easy to use and simple piece of software, but it's probably our most powerful software that we have available. In fact, it's so much so that unfortunately it doesn't have too much penetration in the European market, because over there in Europe they're very much more concerned with privacy and all that. So when they have a look at Reveal, they kind of get scared and they run away. So it is quite a powerful piece of software here. So any questions so far?
Nothing yet from my end, Stephen.
Great. So I guess that does it. That just about does it for the tour of the new feature of Reveal here. I hope it was what everyone was hoping to see and what everyone was dreaming for. And no, I was very happy to see that.
Hey, Stephen.
Yes.
We had two come across just after we said that. They must have been typing really fast. So Rob asks, when we upgrade from a previous version of Reveal, do we need to regen the trusted app?
Okay, good question. No, you don't have to regen the trusted app. You can reuse that same old one. It's no problem. What you'll have to do is actually, for this version of Reveal, you'll need to uninstall your old version and reinstall this new version.
Okay, our second question comes from Terry. He says, why can we not search by incoming and outgoing mail?
Oh, if you wanted to search for incoming and outgoing, so it, well, I mean, okay, I need him to expand on that question. What exactly? Give me an example search that you'd want to do.
Okay. I have another question while we're waiting for Terry.
Okay, while we wait. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Is there a feature to uncheck all mailboxes and select a single mailbox?
Okay. In the user rights?
I don't know.
Okay, let me
user rights sound good.
Okay, so let's just go have a look at that here.
Yeah, so, Warren says yes on that.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to just check one and uncheck and hide everything and just have one visible?
Yeah, so is there a feature to uncheck all mailboxes and select a single mailbox? So you're searching within a single mailbox.
Okay, yeah, well, when you're searching, that's easy to choose one mailbox. You simply have to, you just expand this, and now we see all my users here. I can uncheck them all pretty easily here, and then just check one mailbox if I want to search across one mailbox or two mailboxes here. But if I want to search across everybody, I can check the entire post office here, or if there are multiple domains, I can check all the domains. If you want to search through multiple post offices in a single domain or more domains. But I can just select all, or I can just select one or two GroupWise users, or just one. And for searching for incoming mail, you would have to just construct your search in a way that you're looking for a certain sender and a certain recipient. So if I wanted to search for all the incoming mail to me, for example, I would just search for everything that has a recipient, and that recipient included me. Or if I wanted to search through all my outgoing mail, I would just make a search for a sender, and then I would search for everything being sent, and the email address would be me, and then I would get all my outgoing mail.
Okay. I understand that you're coming back to Terry's question.
Oh, yes, I was coming back to that question there.
Okay. So, yeah, he says he needed to be able to search a particular email. He's asking another question here, Terry, he says, when viewing message, what does EDT message CC mean? Or what does EDMESSAGECC and EDT message BC mean in the CC and BC field?
Okay. Is there any way you can copy paste that in that chat there, Greg?
Heck yeah. Okay. I may be lying.
Okay, you can't do that?
I'll get it to you. Hold on. Those are the two. He's asking, what do those mean, the CC and the BC field?
Well, your CC field is your carbon copy. So if I want to send an email to multiple people, I address it to one person, but give other people a copy of that email, I would use that. And the BC is is the blind carbon copy, so you don't, when the person receives that email and they're on the PC, they don't see any of the other recipients. As for what the edit message, I don't know where that's coming from, so I can't answer that question. I don't understand what that means.
Okay. Terry, can you help us out? That is not, okay, that's not what he meant. He looked at one of the messages on the screen, apparently.
This is a demo account here, so all these emails that you see here, I don't really pay attention too much to what's going on there because I don't know. It's all coming from random emails. Let's see, let me open one up here. So this, don't pay attention to any of this stuff here.
Okay. All right. Warren has a question. He says, if I wanted to give an auditor rights to read only one mailbox, is there an uncheck all in the rights manager?
Okay, so if I go into the rights manager, if you want to uncheck all, just hide the whole post office here. Just hide the whole post office, and then you can come around and unhide single user. So it will override the top part of the tree overrides the bottom part here. Or you can just select all your users like that by just doing a click and then control, and then rather shift click and select all your users on the list there. But probably the easiest way to do it is to go up from the post office and go down.
Okay. Thank you, Stephen. I don't think we have any other questions. At this time, I should say.
Okay, well then I thank everyone for joining. And you can happy trails using Reveal.
That one was fun.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Any more questions we can answer about Reveal?
You can always email me any additional questions at stevenc@guava.com.
Okay, this concludes our webinar. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and have a great day.